Good morning, everyone. All right, so we've got some decent movers today. The first one I'm watching is RENN. You can see this one's starting to run. It's gapping up from about 92 cents all the way to 188. So almost a, excuse me, almost a 100% move on this one. Also looking at TNDM. This one's gapping up from 2031 to 2427. Watching DRYS as well. This one's gapping up from, or this one's actually gapping down technically from 578 to 570, but it seems to have found a lot of support at 550. Watching SLNO gapping up from 231 all the way to 296, so a pretty big move. Watching ABIL, it's gapping up from 455 to 590, so a pretty big gap up for that one as well. Watching FCSC gapping up about 13 cents from 331 to 344. Watching GEVO gapping up from 803 to 890. Watching WSC gapping up from 1215 to 415. Watching HAIN gapping up from 2918 to 3094. And watching GRBK gapping down from 1040 to 920. And so we actually have a, excuse me, we actually have a decent amount of volume in the market today as well. Hopefully we can get some good setups going today. Good morning, Missouri, Mitch, John, Giovanni, Zena, the best. What's up, guys? Good morning. I'll go ahead and post my watch list to the chat. Here's my watch list thus far. So yeah, I wired some money into Webull. Excuse me. I wired some money into Webull. Man, I don't know if my voice is going out or what. Like I said, I wired some money into Webull. I'm waiting to see if it will be in before the market open. I'd really like to get at least one trade on Webull, W-E-B-U-L-L. So I can post a live video about Webull trading. That's what I'm trying to work on. Hopefully my wire will come in today, so I can, you know, get a few live trades using them. I posted my review of Webull yesterday, and I had a lot of good reactions to it. A lot of people, I didn't realize how big Webull was when I signed up, and so apparently they're huge because they shared my video on their Facebook page, and they've got like 40,000 followers on there. So that was cool to see. But what's up, Skynet? The best. Good morning. So yeah, we got a few decent options. Let's see if any of these are tradable today. First one I'm looking at is RENN. It is tradable. TNDM. That's 2 that's tradable, DRYS. 3 that's tradable, SLNO. Is not tradable, ABIL. Is not tradable, WSC. Is not tradable, FCSC. Not tradable, GEVO. Is tradable, HAIN. Is tradable, and GRBK is tradable. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10 are tradable. 4 out of 10 are not tradable. Probably the biggest watch is RENN right now. It's been pushing up nicely, gapping up from 92 cents all the way to 182. Riding the VWAP at this point. Also watching TNDM for maybe a pullback VWAP test and then a rejection. And so I'm keeping an eye on those as well. I kind of wish I could trade ABIL and SLNO, these two. Although this is a bigger percentage move. And DRYS looks interesting as well. So we've got a few options to take. Hopefully we get some more movers and once the open happens, but we'll see. All right, so good morning, Juan. Yeah, hopefully they'll add it today, Patrick. Usually they do pretty well with adding stocks that look good. So we'll see if they add ABIL. I can always hope. Good morning, D Champion. So yeah, let's look up the news on these stocks right now. The first one I'm looking at is RENN. So apparently RENN doesn't really have a catalyst. The last news story that came out on this one was Tuesday when they reported good earnings. But since then, they haven't really had a catalyst, and so it's just up. Maybe on technicals, who knows? Maybe it was trying to get that $1 break. You know, maybe they're pumping it up because they know it gets delisted if it stays under $1. But yeah, RENN, looking at it for a potential short. We'll see. Looking at TNDM. And I remember trading TNDM when this thing was right around like $2 or $3. If you look at the daily chart, yeah, there it goes. So look, in February, this thing was at 214, and now it's up to 20. So huge move. Really nice daily chart, but I think it's got to come down eventually. And so let's look up the news on TNDM. All right, so TNDM is up after the FDA approved of the Slim X2 insulin pump. So the FDA approved their insulin pump, and so FDA approval is usually pretty good news, and you can see it's definitely showing it in pre-market up from 2031 to 2433. And so this one looks interesting. I could go either way with this one. It just depends. I'm watching the VWAP area to see if it holds above that. And so we'll see what that one does as well. DRYS, next one I'm looking up. DRYS is a shipping stock. And so we'll see how this one, why this one's up today. DRYS doesn't really have any news out on it already either. It had something came out yesterday, but I'm not really seeing anything. Let's see if I can find out why. I'm still looking. Yeah, not really any catalyst for DRYS. This one had a crazy move, though. So we'll see why this one's moving. Looking at SLNO now. All right, so SLNO. All right, so SLNO apparently is up after Roth Capital initiated coverage on this stock, and they gave it a buy rating and a $14 price target for SLNO. Let me see if there's anything else aside from that. Yeah, I don't see anything. Just Roth Capital initiated coverage on it, gave it a better buy rating and a better price target. So we'll see what SLNO does here. It's up to 307 now. Moving on to FCSC. This one had a big day yesterday as well. I mean, I don't see anything on this one quite yet either. Let me keep looking. I don't know if this one has a catalyst either. Yeah, it didn't really have a catalyst yesterday, so that one's interesting to look at. Maybe for a potential short, we'll see. ABIL, the big mover from yesterday. This one was halted a few times, I know that. And ABIL, not really having any news that came out with this one. So there's a lot of stocks up that don't really have catalysts. At least catalysts that I can see. Looking at WSC here, gapping up from 1215. All right, so WSC announced a $1.8 billion acquisition of ModSpace. That's why it is up right now. They bought Modular Space Holdings in cash, stock, and warrant deals. So that's interesting to see WSC gapping up like this. Looking at GEVO, which is a really big mover in the last week or two. This one's gone kind of crazy in the last week. Let's see, it's up from 350 to 2474, back down to 917. And this is a very, very common setup. This happens almost every time. Like, you'll see a stock go up, you know, go parabolic, and then it usually comes right back down. And so, you know, a lot of people get in on that first short day, and so that might be a short I'm trying to take advantage of as well. It looks pretty reliable. This happens a ton. You can see not only did it happen with GEVO, but it happened with CLBS. Went up to 1173, back down to 7. Happened with CLPS, same thing. Gap, you know, ran from 630 to 1780. Now it's back down to 1340. And so, you know, we'll see what happens with some of these, see if we can take advantage of them. HAIN is the next one I'm looking at, gapping up from 29.18 to 31 even right now. All right, so HAIN is up after the New York Post said Pilgrim's Pride, which is PPC, is ultimately bidding for HAIN's protein business. And so it's up because of that. Last one I'm looking at is GRBK, gapping down significantly in pre-market. Let's see why, see if it has anything. I mean, I'm not really seeing any news for GRBK either. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see anything on this one either. That's interesting. A lot of the stocks are moving today with not many catalysts that are listed. You can see SENS is kind of moving decent as well, having some volume. It's not tradable. AGEN. AGEN gapping up a small amount here. Yeah, that might be it though this morning. A few other small moves, but nothing really to talk about aside from these. IBIO. Yeah, we'll see what this one does as well. Alright, so yeah, that's basically everything that I saw moving. Let me know if you see anything else. Let me catch back up on the chat. It's been a while since I've been in here. Since I checked on it. Good morning, D Champion, Crypto, Dylan. Xena. No, U-Stock doesn't allow pre-market and after-hours trading, Xena. Nice, having a Robinhood Platinum card, huh? I don't know if I would. That wouldn't work for me. I'd probably charge up so much if I had a credit card, a trading credit card. I try not to. Nice, Mitch. BNED, Skynet. Let's look at BNED. I had a big day yesterday. I can't trade it, unfortunately, but it looks okay. We'll see. ASNA. Yeah, it came right back down to 440 though. RESN. It's gapping up some. Sorry, Mr. Crete. Yeah, I'm sitting back in my computer. I'll try to get a little bit closer. That way you should be able to hear better. I'm sure it's probably better now, so sorry about that. I'll try to get a little bit closer. What's up, Bitcoin? Appreciate the sub, Vernon. And also, Xena, welcome. Let's see, GOVE. Oh, GEVO. Yeah, I'm watching this one for sure. It's had kind of a crazy move. Like I said, went from 350 to 2474 back down to the 9s area. It's got some resistance at 10, it seems like, or at 975 really. So we'll see if we can break over those. You know, I mean, it's a previous parabolic mover, and so it has the potential to go up again. But you know, you never know. A lot of times these stocks will go. They'll kind of go supernova, and then they'll just drop right back down to where they were. In this case, it was at 350. So we'll see. Just going to try to react to it. Don't really want to make any prediction about it beforehand. I appreciate the sub, Angel. Welcome. Appreciate it. What's up, TJ? What's up, James? Good morning, brother. Good morning, Fizzle. Yeah, Fizzle, it's not been too bad. It's not been too bad. It hasn't been that bad of a week. This week I've had one, like it was one losing day, but it was basically a break-even day. I think I lost like $4 on it. And the last 2 days have all been profitable. I'm starting to kind of, you know, learn and tweak that bounce strategy that I've been using. When it hits the low of the day, bounces to the VWAP and then comes back down. I've been starting to use that much more, and it's working pretty well. And so we'll see how I do today. Fridays, the volume in the market is usually pretty low, or at least lower than most the other days of the week. And so we'll see how today goes. I don't think I can turn my volume up. I think my volume is maxed out on my monitor. Let me see if I can mess with it. I don't think I can. Yeah, I'll just try to stay closer to the mic. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm waiting. I've signed up for. I signed up for Webull. I don't know, a while back, but I was approved pretty quickly within 24 hours. I'm still waiting to see if I did a wire transfer late last night into Webull, and so I'm still kind of waiting for them to credit my account. I'm just hoping I did the wire correctly. I mean, if not, they're just gonna return the money to me, but it'll be a $25. My bank charges $25 per wire, and so I don't really feel like blowing $50 by sending a wire and having one returned to me. That'd be no fun. I bought a pair of Jordans with a few BPMX trades on Swipe 7. How'd you do that, man? KMX. Yeah, Givo's tradable. Fizzle. They added Givo yesterday, so I can trade Givo. They added a lot of these big movers like GEVO, NAKD, CLPS, CLBS. So they actually added a lot of these big parabolic movers, which is pretty common. Like a lot of times TradeNet evaluates, or TEFs I should say, a lot of times TEFs evaluates the volume, and if it has decent enough volume, they'll add it and allow you to trade it. Like GEVO wasn't tradable originally, but now I can trade it. So yes, Mitch, I did see that. I actually a few months ago when I first saw it, Mitch, I actually called it out in this chat. I told people they should watch it. It's a really cool trading documentary. I watched it a few months ago when it first came out. Really interesting. And it's kind of relatable because, like, in the market, you see a lot of these huge pumped up overseas stocks. And so, you know, it's kind of like a documentary about, you know, those crazy stocks, why they're getting pumped up, the people who are taking advantage of it, the people who are kind of revealing that they're frauds and stuff like that. So it's a really interesting trading documentary called The China Hustle is what Mitch is talking about. What's up, Track Racer? Good morning, brother. Hey, good luck, guys. I mean, crypto, I don't know if it's too late to get in. You never really know. I don't like, I don't like telling people what to buy and what to sell just for liability reasons. So we'll see. It could go up. It could go down. It has the potential to go up. It's a previous huge runner up to 24.74, and it's dropped in the last 2 days, but, you know, it definitely has the potential to go up again. We'll see. Morning, Mr. Rostel. Good morning, brother. Oh, 07. I thought you were serious, man. Kang fam, I use Trade Ideas and, you know, I use a few apps on my smartphone. I use stockmarketwatch.com as well, Stock Twits, a few other things just to find stocks that are moving. LFIN. Yeah, LFIN. I remember this one. I had a few people in here that were holding LFIN. Wow. LFIN is back up, guys. Man, this company just won't stop pumping this thing up, man. Look at the chart. Look at the chart for this one. This one went up to, let's see. It went up to 142. Back down to, let me see. What did it do the other day? Yeah, back down to 34, back up to 75, back down to 10, back up to 28 or 27. And this is where it was halted and got delisted from the NASDAQ. Now it's in the OTC market because you can see right here, this is where it got halted right here. And you can see where it resumed. It got halted at 28, delisted from the NASDAQ, and then it resumed back at 6 or 5. And now look at it. It's back up to 14 again. So this company just keeps doing it. Interesting. You know, unfortunately I can't trade it, but interesting. Good morning, Power Zone. Good morning, brother. Yeah, definitely watching RENN1. I gotta view settings, make sure my computer. The only problem I have with Windows is that they just randomly restart. There we go. All right. What was the other one I was watching? SLNO. Yeah, SLNO looks decent. Biggest watches, I mean, I can't trade SLNO or ABIL, but these are my biggest, three biggest ones: RENN, DRYS, and TNDM. Dries is a previous parabolic mover as well. You can't really see by the chart, but one of my first kind of introductions to these huge pumped up stocks was DRYS. A few years ago, when this thing was really getting pumped up, I watched DRYS go from $3 all the way to over 100. I think it reached like 120 or something crazy like that, and then drop all the way back down to like $5. And so DRYS was kind of my introduction into these crazy pumped up stocks. No, I don't. I mean, I sometimes use TradeNets. Usually, I mean, you can see TradeNet does have to have this top 20 window right here. And it looks decent, but you know, I kind of use other things to find it. But yeah, you can see TradeNet's top ones here. See if they have anything I missed. AMD, gapping up some. Gush, Drip. Yeah, GUSH is gapping up. Drip, gapping down. YTRA, MU. Yeah, it's not too bad. I just have other ways of finding stocks that are moving. Like I said, Trade Idea Scanner, NEPT. And so yeah, I just got other ways to do it, but not bad for TradeNet to offer that. I'm not using U stock trade right now. I have in the past. I've seen that before. A lot of the times it will say it's unhalted once the market opens. So maybe wait to see then. Man, I'd really like for my wire transfer to go through on Webull so I can trade with them today, get a few live trades. Yeah, it's not halted at all. It's moving. It just kind of dropped down to 176. You can look at my screen and see that it's moving. Yeah, my funds haven't been deposited into my Webull account yet. Man, that's why I used a wire, so I would have it today. Wasting $25, man. Yeah, that's very plausible, Mitch. That's the biggest problem I have with U stock trade. And you can see I probably said it numerous times before. I've said it numerous times. I have a review on U stock, but the biggest flaw is that, you know, they'll label stocks limited liquidity and they'll halt stocks. You know, a lot of times they're the crazy movers, and my theory, just kind of like Mitch's, is that they just don't want you to trade it because from a risk point, it's a little bit too high. But yeah, NEPT looks interesting as well. I mean, it's gapping up from 375 to 388. And it's up from 242 in the last few days. I think they added this one. Let me see if TradeNet added this one. Yeah, they did. So I can trade NEPT. So watching that one as well. No, I can't trade ABIL quite yet. They might add it in the next day or in the next market day or so. They usually try to, but at this point, ABIL isn't tradable. Yeah, for sure, bitch. I mean, and I like U stock. I still think U stock's a good broker to learn on. But if you're trying to build your account in any significant way, like I said, I did a review on U stock trade. I have a video review of them, and I kind of finished the review with, if you're trying to learn, U stock trade might be a decent option. It has really cheap commissions. But if you're trying to build your account up or like seriously trade big money in any significant way, U stock trade might not be the broker for you. And so it has its benefits and it has its uses. But, you know, it all just depends on where you're at as a trader. ZFGN. I mean, it's just not my style. I'm assuming you're looking at the daily. Yeah. I mean, the daily doesn't look bad. Next, if you're going long, next risk level's at about 650, 655. Where's it at now? Yeah, 671. So we'll see where that one goes as well. FCSC taking a big wash here. Look at this. Dropping down to 318. It was gapping up a small amount. Now it's gapping down some. So a big tank in FCSC. But we've got some options today. Definitely watching a lot of these. Hopefully I can finish the week off strong. It's been a pretty good week. I kind of tweaked my trading style a little bit in the last week or two, and so that's definitely been working thus far. Hopefully I can continue it. FTFT. Yeah, it started to spike at 813, but it hasn't really moved since. I do like this spike, but it needs still more volume, you know. It's kind of my opinion on FTFT. I can't remember if I can trade this one or not. I used to be able to trade it. Yeah, I can trade it. And maybe looking at GRBK for a continuation short. It looks like a higher float stock. Now you can see GRBK here. Gapping down some, GRBK. Gapping down from 1040 to 910. Looks like a higher float stock. But, you know, looks kind of interesting. Let's look at the daily chart. Big drop on the daily chart. Maybe time for a bounce here is what I think for GRBK, but we'll see. See if it bounces over the VWAP, gives us a little bit of an opportunity there. I just hope that Webull puts the money in my account before the market closed today, because really I wanted to test out the pre-market trading on Webull and get a video and then upload that video this weekend. And so we'll see if they fund my account by then, so I can try to kind of test a swing trade after hours entry on Webull to see how good the fills are in pre-market and after hours. So that's really what I'm looking to do. I don't know about that, Mitch. I'm just going to keep at it. Like, I'm probably just going to keep at on what I'm doing. Appreciate the sub, Paul. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't want to move up too quickly. I'm just trying to take it slow. Like, I recently added size to my trades and started using 100 shares, and maybe, you know, maybe I'll take a 200 share position. But I just got to take it slow, brother. I don't want to go too fast and take away all my gains from this week. I'm actually green this week, and so, you know, I don't really want to take my gains back trying to use too big of sizing. I just want to take it slow, if that makes sense. It's all about adjusting my comfort level, you know, and I'm starting to get used to using 100 shares. So it's all about kind of adjusting my comfort level and kind of slowly moving up. If I use too big of shares from the get-go, I'm going to be pretty nervous in the trade, and so I don't necessarily want to do that quite yet. Just trying to take it slow. USD, Danto, ACHV, John. Let me see. Not enough volume for USD, for me at least. ACHV. ACHV looks okay. I'd still like to see some more volume with it, but it's gapping up some, so it looks okay. Kind of an interesting resistance level right here at 328. And Givo gapping up about $1.37. So a big move for GEVO. We'll see where this one goes as well. We got about 4 minutes into the open. Oh, I don't trade foreign exchange, Danto. I don't know enough about it to really get into it, and so I've never traded FX, and so it's something I still have to learn. I've been kind of curious about it, but it's something I have to learn. Yeah, no worries, John. All right, fellas, we got 3.5 minutes. Remember, Mondays are usually pretty slow volume-wise. I mean, it doesn't look bad in pre-market, to be honest, but Mondays are usually kind of slow, and so just be careful, stay selective, be disciplined, and I'll try to do the same. Market opens up in about 3 minutes. Yeah, hopefully they add SLNO and ABIL sometime today. We'll see. SLNO looks really good. I like that one. At 326, gapping up from 231. And so we'll see. Kind of keeping an eye on the VWAP and all these positions and all these trades. Right. Sorry, guys. Friday. I don't know if I said Monday. Apparently I did. Fridays are usually a little slow in volume. And so be careful. Welcome, Danto, from Jamaica, huh? That's awesome, bro. I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. Appreciate it, Danto. Appreciate it. Good morning, Dan. Welcome, brother. Yeah, I feel you on that, Eric. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what GEVO has decent volume, but I want to see some momentum with it in a certain direction. XBIO, Dan. XBIO had a crazy day yesterday. I don't think I can trade this one unless they recently added it. It definitely had the volume yesterday. No, they didn't add it yet, unfortunately. Alright, guys, minute and a half until the open. HMNY Power Zone. Man, this stock, this is movie phone, right? Or movie something, right? Yeah, after HMNY, you know, if you look at the daily chart, I'm just very skeptical of it. It's a little scary, you know. Like, I remember a few months ago it was at 4 or 5. Before that, it was at 14, 15. And so we'll see what HMNY does here. A little skeptical of it. All right, guys, so we got less than a minute until the open. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Dan. All right, so market's about to open up in 30 seconds. Just kind of getting ready. Like I said, good luck, everyone. Hopefully we can all do well today. Take it slow, be selective, have some discipline, and hopefully we can all have a good day today. All right, there's the open, guys. Market just opened. GEVO, huge drop from the get-go down to 907 from about 936 where it opened at. Bouncing under the VWAP now. ABIL starting to push up to 614. TNDM starting to wash some here under this support level at 2330. It's down to 2266. Big drop in TNDM, just a big tank here. RENN testing the VWAP at 180 now. Rebound all the way back to GEVO. All the way back up to the 930s, 920s. FCSC pushing up. SLNO pushing up. DRYS dropping down, testing that 550 level. Yeah, we'll see if the volume can pick up. I mean, the volume's not too bad for it. It's got about 100,000 shares traded. It's moving slow right now. We'll see if it can pick up. See if it gets a volume spike. It looked good. All right, there goes GEVO, man. Look at this thing, up to 1007. Crazy move on GEVO. Up to 9.99, up to 10. Testing $10 now. We'll see if it can hold over it. TNDM tanking here. Crazy volume on GEVO though. Big move here. Volume got up to about 273,000. Alright, so here goes RENN. Breaking the high of the day. Maybe a little washout long set up on RENN. TNDM breaking under this support level at 2330. See if it bounces back there. DRYS. It's got a lot of support at this 540 level. See if we can hold over that. RENN trying to break the high of the day and hold. Bounce back on TNDM. Looks like a possible washout long setup if you can get over the VWAP here. There goes RENN, breaking the high of the day and holding over it thus far. Still trying. DRYS pushing back to test the VWAP. There goes RENN for that washout long setup. The big level to watch is this 196 point. There it goes, just broke it up to 198, 206, big volume spike in RENN up to like over 600,000 shares traded in the last minute. GEVO spiking as well. DRYS testing that VWAP area. Just waiting for my setup here. GEVO going crazy though. Got to pull up the 5-minute chart just so I can see the move. Up to 1080 for GEVO, 1094, almost touching 11 here. RENN at 207. ATOM. ATOM running some. It's up to 662. SLNO washing. INFI pushing up some. ABIL washing out. Down to 534. So big drop in ABIL. See if they added it. I doubt they added it, but I can always see. They did. Okay, guys. So they added ABIL here. They did add ABIL to trade. And so you can trade ABIL now. So that's good. See, TradeNet usually tries to do a good job with adding stocks that have higher volume. And so they did add ABIL, so it is tradable, in fact, on TradeNet. Let's check out SLNO here. I doubt it, but no, they didn't add SLNO yet. But yeah, ABIL. Looks interesting right here as well, especially if you can hold this area as resistance. Let's see if Weeble by any chance added. My stocks. Nope, still haven't added my cash. Ugh. Bummer. So GEVO pushing up, testing the VWAP now at 10. ABIL looks weak, but it's got some support here at 530s that it's bouncing off of now. So we'll watch that area. DRYS pulling back all the way. Just kind of waiting for my setup here. HOS. HOS starting to push up some. ESV. ESV kind of had a little washout long. It's up to 650. ECYT washing some. All right, there goes RENN breaking the high of the day. There's a little 1 minute pullback strategy with that one. We'll see if it continues here. Up to 255. GEVO ended up cracking underneath the VWAP with a really, a rather large pullback. RENN up to 261. I really don't mind this entry right here that I missed. This entry right here at 560s, this pullback test. They still haven't added FCSC. Yeah, that was the move to make, Mitch. I'm just now seeing your chat. You have the same trading mind as me apparently, because I was looking at that 560 level on that bounce. Looked good. Looks like I missed it though, but yeah, it looked good. ABIL starting to wash there. You get in right here, rather safe risk reward. If it pushes up to here, you can get out, or the VWAP even as your risk. But yeah, that was the move on ABIL. I'm really shocked at how reliable that setup is, at least how much it has been in the last week or two. That bounce, just good risk reward. Down to 507 now. Right, Mitch. As soon as I said tradable, that setup was right there, brother. But yeah, you and I think a lot in trading, apparently, Mitch, because we were both looking at that setup. Just because you can see it's reliable. Like, this is the setup that's made this week decent for me, is that, this bounce setup right here. GEVO pushing back to 1030s. All right, so the first few minutes have passed. I'm going to start looking for positions here. Kind of bummed out I missed it, but I can't let myself have FOMO and force trades here. Just got to take it slow. If GEVO breaks underneath here, maybe looks good for an entry. Kind of a crazy move in stock at this point, but maybe going to look at that. If it breaks underneath here, test the VWAP, gets rejected. Maybe a short down to 9 or 950. RENN coming back down from those highs at 261. So the volume's actually pretty decent for a Friday today. Still got a little bit of room, I think, until 475, 480 on ABIL. Had a crazy day yesterday. It's up huge from 221. So here's a bounce back in ABIL. I wish the VWAP was a little bit closer down to where it's at now. Yeah, I like GEVO as a short, if that's what you're talking about, Kitty. See if it gets rejected at 1050. ABIL starting to reverse. Yeah, that was the entry right here. Would have made from 560 down to 5. So would have made about 55 cents on that one. Starting to reverse now for ABIL though, so not going to touch it. A little too scary. I mean, I think it might bounce off of 563 and then come back down, but gonna wait. FCSC, I wish I could trade this one. It's starting to kind of teeter back and forth around the lows here. And so FCSC breaking the low of the day at this point, down to 305. FCSC was tradable in the last few days too. I don't know why they took it off. FCSC tanking here if you can trade it. That's what I said. It looked like a good short. Wish I could have shorted it. Just didn't, wasn't tradable in TradeNet. Called it out right here at 309. It eventually dropped down to 285. So, bummer they didn't let me. So I'm watching GEVO here. RENN starting to make a push back to 260s. TROV pop. Not enough volume for me really, but every trader's different. I just don't like it as much because the volume's just not really there. SLNO. Yeah, this is kind of the VWAP test that I like right here for SLNO. I like it to break underneath the VWAP, bounce, test the VWAP, and then come right back down. GEVO breaking under that low. There's ABIL. Appreciate the sub, Mars. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. DRYS. Yeah, see, like I said, ABIL came right back down. This would have been an okay entry as well. That 260 level's holding strong as resistance. DRYS trying here. Yeah, the volume's kind of low. SLNO. Like I said, guys, I don't know if you heard me say this, but look at SLNO. This was kind of that trade strategy I've been using. When it breaks underneath the VWAP, it pulls back up to test it. It acts as resistance, and then it drops right back down to those lows. It's exactly what it did thus far. I would have been up, you know, a nice 15, 16 cents on that trade. Unfortunately, it's not tradable in TradeNet, but that's kind of what I look for. See if I can find any more of those. Yeah, the shorts are for sure winning. All right, here's the VWAP test for GEVO. It's at 10:02, 10:05. If it pushes over it, that kind of lets me know not a good entry. Ice finally tanking, Sean. Yeah, look at I coming down. What did TNDM end up doing? TNDM still pushing up strong here. Up to 25 now, 25.50. I gotta find good setups. I just don't see my setup right now on stocks that are actually tradable. The only one that kind of looked like that was ABIL. The rest, I just don't really see my setup right now. Just on waiting. Still got time. It's only 8:45, 8:47 right now. ABIL back up to 550. ABIL is quite not at the VWAP yet. It's at 560. We'll see though. Let me look at the 5-minute. Yeah, it's still right around there. It's trying though. GEVO breaking the VWAP, or at least trying as well. It's at 994. Yeah, RIN looks okay. If it gets rejected here and breaks underneath this 220 or this 232 level, maybe a short down to the VWAP looks interesting. We'll see though. Maybe a price target of 214. All right, here goes RENN. Breaking under that support level. I might be moving a little too quick. All right, so the goal I'm looking at with RENN now is for it to break underneath the VWAP and have that area act as resistance with a target of down under 2. We'll see though. It's coming right back down. It's up a ton already from 79 cents to 217, so may start coming back down eventually. Want to see it underneath the VWAP area first. Yeah, that's kind of the level I was watching as well, Mitch. It's definitely tanking hard now. ABIL might be reversing here. It's up to 570 now. Now it's really testing that VWAP area. The VWAP is at 571. It's at 568. All right, so I'm looking for a bounce in RENN. It's starting to tank pretty quickly, though. There's not really an entry to get in this one unless it was up here at 240s. It's down to 198, and it's just dropping like crazy. So ultimately looking for a bounce. At this point, maybe an entry around 2. But I want to see a bounce first. Just such a massive drop. I'm not going to chase it here. All right, so ABIL getting rejected at the VWAP again here. Same thing with GEVO getting rejected at that VWAP level. Want to see a bounce up to this 220 level, 216, 220. Just dropping too quickly, not really an entry here. Down to 191, man. Just no entry, just a lot of red, not really any bounce entry points, down to 190s. I appreciate the sub, Tim. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. All right, so here's a bounce up to 2 on RENN. Want to see it get a little bit higher. I mean, I think the $2 area might act as resistance, but just too much support underneath it at this point right here at 187. So maybe 215 bounce, jump in, and then, you know, use this level as my target resistance for a risk. All right, ABIL up to 580. Big seller on the ask. Huge seller on the ask at 197. Keeping it down. You see, I follow a very specific setup, and if I don't see that setup, I'm not getting into it. That's part of the reason I've been doing well this week, and so I'm just waiting for that setup. If I don't see it, I'm not going to force it. That's why most traders lose money, and so I just have to focus on finding my setup and waiting for it and not getting too impatient and just blindly jumping in any half-decent setup I see. So I'm just trying to wait. If RENN doesn't bounce up to the VWAP, I'm just not going to jump into it. So I'm just kind of trying to patiently wait for that setup. ABIL pushing up here. Look at the sellers on the ask on RENN. Massive sellers. It's definitely looking weak at this point. Looks like it's going to try to break the lows here underneath the VWAP. All right, there goes ABIL. All right, there's the high of the day break on ABIL. It completely reversed. We'll see if that area acts as support now. It's up to 619. And if you want to know what setup I'm essentially talking about here, a good example of it is SLNO. I actually called this one out live right when it was way up here. So it breaks underneath the VWAP, it pushes up, it tests that VWAP area. Entry is right around here because you can comfortably set your risk at the next support, at the next resistance level. And so you can see after I called this one out at around 320, it dropped all the way down to 295 now. So that's kind of the setup I'm looking for, I'm waiting for. Unfortunately, I couldn't trade SLNO, even though I saw that one happening like right then. But that's kind of my go-to setup. That's what's been working the best. And here, I mean, an entry at 2 wouldn't have been bad, but it's just not my setup. And so I'm trying to be as selective as possible. Trading's all about account preservation, and so I'm just not trying to force anything at this point. Just trying to wait for good setups, you know. Me? What did I say that didn't made you not want to get into it long? It broke the VWAP. I mean, that's kind of when I would exit my short position. GEVO, kind of the same thing, testing the VWAP area. I could have gotten in this one, but it's been acting a little too crazy. I don't know if I'm going to get that VWAP test for RENN as well. We'll see how it acts at these lows at 176. Yeah, ABIL was a good setup. Your entry would have been great, Mitch. Right, right around that VWAP. I'm just waiting for my short setup. If you know me, I'm a short trader. I like shorting. Long, I don't have as good as results. I used to do a lot better with longs, but I've kind of taken a step back from them. My favorite long setups are 1 minute pullbacks and washout longs, and I think they're pretty decent setups. I just don't use them as much anymore, just because my mind has kind of gotten more towards shorting. All right, so here's the low test on RENN. Maybe look for a bounce in RENN, or if it breaks under the low of the day, see if that area turns into resistance, that previous support at the low. Just didn't really give me much of an entrance. The only entry I see with RENN is right around this $2 level right here. And if it breaks $2, or use the VWAP as risk, where it's like I'm more get in around the VWAP, see if it acts as resistance, and use the next support level at 230s as risk. But there's the break of the low here. The low is at 175. It's at 174. Looking weak. And thus is why I like shorting overextended stocks. That entry at 240 was decent as well. Just not my style. No, Mars. I'm definitely not long biased with it. I'm waiting for a bounce to the VWAP to short it, but it just didn't give me that entry, and it just kept falling, which is okay. Part of the reason I've been doing much better this week is because I've been being very selective and just waiting for my go-to setup. And if I don't see it, I don't see it. But, trading's all about account preservation. A big mistake new traders make is they just kind of blindly jump in any half-decent setup they see. And while they may get lucky sometimes and they may have a few decent trades using it, it's much better to find your niche in the market. You got to find your niche. You got to find out what works for you as a trader, and then just rinse and repeat that. And so that's just what I'm trying to do. All right, so ABIL bouncing back to that previous high of the day. We'll see if that area acts as support at this point. And sometimes the market gives me my setup, like in this case, SLNO was kind of my picture perfect example of it. It's still washing out now. Called it out way around the VWAP where I would have entered, but it's just not tradable on TradeNet, unfortunately. And so missed that opportunity, which is okay. I'm green on the week. I'm not going to rush anything and force anything. I know I got a bunch of people watching me, but like I said, not going to force anything. Sorry, guys. Just going to be patient. I still might get into something if I see something good here. Like maybe if RENN holds this area as resistance right here, maybe consider it, but not going to force anything. ABIL holding that area as support, that previous high. NEPT. Yeah, the only thing, the volume is just the only thing that scares me with this one, but it doesn't look bad. This 381 level looked like a good entry. Man, I wish I could trade SLNO on TradeNet because, man, look at this. Beautiful setup. Called it out exactly. And just not tradable. REN starting to bounce here. Let's look at a little bit larger chart. Next support levels at 150. Risk is at about 186. Not bad risk reward. Really kind of considering getting in now. It's not a bad risk reward down to 150 from here. Risk at 186. Alright, so I'm in with 100 shares on RENN. Like I said, my risk is at 186, so I can get out for a small loss if it does push up. Like to see it get rejected though and come back down, obviously. Up to 180 now. Not really what I wanted to see, but gonna give it some time. Starting to push up a little bit more. Like I said, my risk is going to be at 186 for this one. See if we can come back down. And a 176, 175. Let's just see if we get that move down like I'm looking for. Alright, so I'm at 177. My entry with this one is 174 or 175. Gonna try to give it a little bit of time here. Just try to stay calm in it. It's the biggest thing. 176, 175. There we go. Let's see if we get a bigger drop here. 174. Nice. 173. 172. Bouncing back some to 176. All right, so let's see if we can get RENN to come back down here. It's kind of teetering back and forth. Want to see a little bit of a drop, maybe a low of the day test. It's trying to hold over that low of the day level. And so if it keeps pushing up, I might just get out for a small loss and be done for the day. Looks like it's going to try to make a push here. That's the only thing I'm worried about. See if we can just get it to crack under that level. It's trying. Back down to 177, but it's holding support at 178 at least. This is a little bit where I get worried if it starts to spike up here. Alright, so I got out for a $7 loss. I was worried about that spike. That's okay. I'm probably going to close it down a little bit early for the day, guys. Small loss. I'm still green on the week, so I'll take that. And looks like I got out at the right time. Looks like it's trying to spike. But I'm going to go ahead and close it down for the day. Mitch, are you streaming today, brother? Let me know if you're streaming today, brother. But yeah, not a bad week. I mean, I had one losing day, one break-even day, and 2 winning days. Still green on the week. You know, kind of the lesson is that I need to just stick to my setup. If I don't see my setup, I shouldn't jump into it anyway. I would have gotten stopped out here, so I'm glad I exited there for a smaller loss. But yeah, I just need to stick to my setup. Like I said, my setup is kind of this VWAP test right here. You can see it did it with SLNO. It also did it with ABIL right here somewhat. Dropped down to 516. And so, I mean, no worries. Still green on the week. Happy about that, but I got to follow my setup. If it doesn't bounce to the VWAP like I was looking for, you know, I should just kind of stay away from it. But still a new trader, still learning. Definitely excited though. My setup's been working a decent amount. Yeah, I would have gotten stopped out right there, so I'm glad I exited the trade. But still green on the week. Happy about that. Give me a second. Mitch, let me see. I'll go ahead and post Mitch's link if he's streaming today. Yeah, go check out Mitch's stream, guys. I'll post the link here. He should be streaming today. Let me see. Nice, Patrick. Congrats, brother. Good job, dude. Yeah, Jerry, I don't, you know, like I said, I was looking for this VWAP test. With this big bounce, there wasn't really an entry unless you get in right around 240 up here. And so with this, there was not really an entry. Usually I want to see this previous support level to turn into resistance, and it just didn't do that. So I actually agree with you. I'm still a new trader, brother. I'm still working on stuff. I'm not trying to act like an expert or anything like that. But still green on the week. I'll take the week, you know. But here's the link. Yeah, you might be right, Cal. My plan with this trade was to see, you know, ultimately see if it holds underneath the VWAP or underneath the low of the day right here at 177. And so I got in looking for this low area to act as resistance. And it just broke over it. So that's why I took a small position on it. I didn't want to go too crazy with it. Preferably, I would have liked to see, you know, like I said, I'd like to see ERNN drop and then bounce to the VWAP and bounce off of this 214 level and then come back down with an entry of around 214. But it just didn't do what I wanted it to, and I got a little FOMO from it and, you know, ended up jumping in the position anyway. So yeah, like I said, I want to see this previous low act as resistance and get in on the bounce, and I got in a little bit too early. So like I said, no worries. Still green on the week. I'll take it. Not a bad week for me. But yeah, here's Mitch's stream, guys. I'm gonna post a link. Mitch is streaming right now, so go check out his stream. If you haven't already, and if you want to watch me day trade live on stream every weekday morning, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Like I said, I day trade my small accounts live on stream every weekday morning, so click the subscribe button. If you want to support this channel and support this content and you appreciate watching me day trade live every weekday, make sure to hit the subscribe button and show your love by liking this video. So if everybody could like this video, I definitely appreciate the support. And yeah, guys, I'll see you all on Monday. Have a good weekend, and good luck in the markets. I'll see you all then. Yeah, for sure, Dan. FOMO got me with that trade, you know. Like I said, like my ultimate strategy is to wait for the stock to drop underneath the VWAP and get in on the bounce, anticipating the drop. So, like I said, the entry with this one would have been 214, 213. A good example of it is SLNO right here. Break below the VWAP, bounce, get in going short right around the VWAP, and then, you know, profit down to the next support level. I think the reason I got in this one was because it was okay risk reward. You know, my risk ultimately with this trade, if it would have stayed under the VWAP, would have been 186 right here, and my potential reward would have been down to the 150 level. Let me see if I can find it down here. So it was a good risk reward. It just didn't follow through like I really wanted it to, and so no worries. Green on the week, I'll take it. Appreciate the sub, Dan. But yeah, everybody go check out Mitch's stream, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend, guys.